Hey guys, I'm Handyman Graham, and today we are flipping some free furniture and reselling it back on Facebook Marketplace to make some money. If you like my content and want to see more of it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. For today's video, I'm going to challenge myself to find some free furniture, turn it into something special, and resell it to make a profit. And with that profit, we're going to donate it to a local charity here in Toronto. So the first thing I got to do is hop on over to Facebook and find some free shit. Okay, so I've been chatting with someone on Facebook Marketplace, and it is a free church pew. It says it's 9 feet 6 inches. So I think that's a perfect size to kind of cut it in half and turn it into a L-shaped dining nook. Judy, who had put this church pew online for free, said someone else was gonna come get it. I've been back and forth. She finally caved and said that I can come get the church pew. So I'm gonna get the truck, drive to Etobicoke, which is gonna take about an hour. But we can secure this free church pew, and that's what it's all about. It's just try to maximize the profit. We are headed to Judy's place. Judy is the Facebook Marketplace seller, I guess you could say, that is giving us her church pew. But I had to fight tooth and nail for it all day. She's kind of letting me on a little bit, saying someone's gonna pick it up. Okay, now they can't. Okay, now they're coming. Okay, now they're not again. I'm like, Judy, I'm a good person. Please, I can be there within an hour. My tip for you guys, if you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace, first come, first serve is totally acceptable. If you have something that you're selling and someone's like, oh, I can pick it up on Friday or whatever, but then someone says, I can be there this afternoon. You gotta do what you gotta do to sell something. Don't feel guilty if you have to bail on somebody. Facebook Marketplace is kind of cutthroat like that. So we got the pew, and Judy was great. She was really nice. So loaded into the back of the truck. It is now pitch black outside, so it was kind of hard to film the whole ordeal. I did ask if it was in the basement or something, and she said, no, we live in a bungalow. And it was in the basement, so Judy, I'm just heading back to the workshop now to drop it off. I think this was a very successful trip. I can't believe we picked up this pew for free. It looks awesome, and I can't wait to brainstorm some ideas about what to do with it. Have a good night, everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day, and I'm back on Facebook Marketplace right now. And now I'm trying to find a clothing stand that I can convert into a lamp, and I think I found one. So it's listed as antique metal coat rack. It's metal rather than wood, but it's okay because it is the exact vibe that we're going after. It says antique metal coat rack. Spencer is asking $10 for it. I'm just gonna have to settle for spending $10 on this particular DIY, but it looks really great. I don't even think that this was a coat tree. It looks like it was an actual lamp at some point. It has little hooks here with some decorative metal molding. So I'm gonna hop in the car. We're gonna go pick up this coat rack. Hi. No worries.
Clearing a lot of stuff out of my grandparents' garage, and this is just one of the many pieces that's been hanging around for decades.
Gotcha. Okay, here we go. Send $10. Done. $10 has been sent to Spencer.
Oh, come on. Oh, yes, perfect.
Yay.
All right.
Been deposited.
All right, well, enjoy the coat rack / lamp stand.
Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we picked up the coat rack, which turns out to be just a lamp base for a floor lamp. So now all I gotta do is lock in that table and chairs, and then I have my 3 Facebook Marketplace flips that I can get started on. I'm talking to someone right now about going to pick up a table, and this table looks really sick, actually. Let me just pull it up for you guys. So it's got drop leaves, but little tiny drop leaves. They're actually quite small. Really nice tapered legs with some detail work here. The tabletop itself looks pretty good. There's obviously some scratches and some marks on the legs. Big long scratch right there. I don't know if you can see it, but this is what it's all about right here. for free, pickup only. So I think this table's gonna be perfect. It looks really nice. Like, it looks like proper solid wood. We'll get to fix up the scratches, the wear and tear on the table, get it back into its original beauty, find some chairs to go along with it, create a set, then sell it. I'll show you the chairs that I'm actually interested in. So they've got cane webbing, but the cane webbing is all messed up, so we can replace that cane webbing seat. But the chairs themselves look really good, and this is what it's all about right here. Right here. Hopefully, we hear back from Brian while I'm out, and I can just pop over there, pick those up. Sounds like a good plan so far. Guys, holy cow. I got the dining table, but I also picked up a coffee table that she was getting rid of, and a floor standing light. Like, I was thinking, like, okay, where am I gonna get the lighting hardware for this floor standing light without spending anything? So I was like, keep my eye out on the way here, literally trying to keep my eye out for like a lamp on the sidewalk or something where I could like take the wiring, the light bulb harness, and she straight up just gave me a full light. She was like, do you want a lamp? And I was like almost speechless. I was like, no, this cannot be happening right now. Even has a shade, so I'll probably use the shade hardware for this floor standing light as well. So sometimes the thrift gods, everything just kind of lines up for me, and I get lucky like that. So the only thing I need now is chairs for this dining table. Brian has not got back to me, so I'm gonna have to head on back to the workshop. Okay. All right, so I'm on my way to go pick up the chairs from Brian's place. Brian finally got back to me. It's totally worth it because they look amazing, and I think it's a great little flip. And it's gonna be a really good pairing with this table I picked up. Brian said he's just gonna leave them on his porch, so don't even have to talk to Brian, even though he seems like a really nice guy. So thank you, Brian. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to make 3 projects here. First up is Spencer's lamp/coat tree that I'm gonna turn back into a lamp. I'm gonna be using the free electrical that I got from the free floor lamp that I got with the dining table, and I'm gonna make a concrete base for it, maybe a cane webbing shade. I'm looking maybe at spending about $10 total on this project. Next up, we have the free table and chairs that I picked up. I think this is gonna be like a simple restoration of the table, get rid of some scratches, rehydrate the dried out wood on the legs. I'm gonna be reupholstering the seat cushion on the caboose chairs and recaning the gun stock chairs that I got for free. For the church pew, I'm simply just gonna cut it in half, maybe make a new leg for it, paint it. I don't think I'm gonna be spending much money on this at all. So now that I have everything planned out, it's time to get going on the lamp. Nice. Free light bulb. Oh, this is great. It looks like I have everything I need. Try not to break anything, but so far so good. Everything just kind of unscrews. It's so nice and easy. I'm just gonna mark that side so I know which one's hot, which one's not. I'm not even gonna have to strip a single wire. This is incredible. Just like that, we have our electrical separated. This weight at the bottom of this, I think it was concrete. I don't know, it's really crumbly. So I'm gonna have to figure out a new weight for this, because this is also missing it. You can see it also had concrete, but now it's all crumbled. Luckily, I have some concrete on me, so I'll probably just mix some up real quick. I was able to fish the wire through the lamp. I did the old-fashioned way with just fishing the electrical wire through each piece. We got light. So the electrical is all done. So the next steps, I'm gonna pour concrete into the base, and then I'm going to make the shade. And then this project is done, but still quite a lot of work to do. Because this lamp is gonna be about 7 feet tall, I gotta make sure that the lamp base is super heavy so it doesn't tip over. So I'm mixing Portland cement at a 1:2 ratio of cement to play sand, trying to create a peanut butter consistency. I'm adding some metal rods as like a rebar kind of thing, just to add some durability to the concrete. I'm using a reciprocating saw just to vibrate the concrete as it's drying. I'm trying to get all the air bubbles to rise to the surface so that there's no hollow cavities in the concrete. Nice, it's pretty level. I'm gonna allow the concrete to sit aside overnight in order for it to cure. Okay, next, I gotta move on to the lampshade. I got so much cane webbing. I don't even know why I have all this. But this is gonna be absolutely perfect for the shade. And I was just thinking of keeping it simple. So I'm gonna use this old lampshade. I'm gonna use the hardware from it. But I was thinking about using this bucket and cutting like little slivers into it and kind of gluing them at the top and maybe in the middle. And that's gonna help keep the shape of this shade. Honestly, I don't really have a plan here. I'm just gonna kind of see how it goes. I had this old IKEA blind, and it is semi-opaque. Light still is able to pass through, which is great, and it just hides all the lighting hardware and all that sort of stuff. I'm using some 3M Super 77 fabric spray and just covering the entire backside of the cane webbing with this adhesive, and I'm just sticking the IKEA curtain to the cane webbing and just making sure there's no bubbles and everything's nice and flat. So the thing about cane webbing is that it has unfinished edges to it. So I thought that I would use some leftover fabric and just kind of creating some nice little trim that goes around the cane webbing just to make it look nice and finished. I'm using my sewing machine with a color matched thread to attach the edging to the cane webbing. So I got a bit of a head start on trying to figure out how I'm gonna hang this from the light fixture itself. Look what I came up with. This is 2 layers of the bucket with the pre-existing hanging hardware from the original lamp. It's just kind of, everything's just kind of pinched in place, which is absolutely hilarious. This is gonna go at the top of the lamp, and then there's gonna be another plastic ring that goes at the bottom of the lamp. Just take your time. We've come so far that we do not want to rush it. Okay, that was me rushing it. What's nice about the hot glue on fabric is that the glue kind of grabs to all the fibers. So it is a very, very strong hold. Look at this. The glue is still hot, but I cannot wait to see what this looks like on the lamp. All right, so we got our lamp here. The concrete is still curing, so forgive the plastic bag on the bottom. I'm gonna have to like get up on the ladder. I don't know how I feel about this. I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10, and that's me being nice, not too hard on myself. For now, I'm gonna call this completed. I'm gonna jump on to my next DIY, which is restoring the table and chairs. I'm still not sure if I wanna paint the base yet or not, because it does look like a candy cane. Okay, so we got 1 down, we got 2 to go. So next up is the dining table and chairs. All right, so just taking a look at these chairs now, I know that I'm gonna have to recane them. I'm still waiting for the cane to be delivered so that I can recane these guys, but I can at least remove this old stuff. What I really wanted to do is I wanted to use the pre-woven cane webbing that I used for the lampshade, but that requires the chair to have like a groove in it. And I was like, okay, well I can just kind of retrofit a groove, but I'd have to use my router and I won't be able to get into these back edges. Anyways, I'm just gonna remove the cane from these chairs and see what I can do. Okay, so I got the cane off. It took quite a while, but that's okay. I cleaned them up a little bit with some dish soap and a scrubber, and I just kind of like went in there, just kind of power scrubbed everything with this guy. I just need to glue this chair back together. Some of the pieces are coming loose, as you can see here. There's a split. So yeah, I just gotta reglue this one together, but that's okay because as the wood glue dries, then I can start caning This chair. I'm just kind of knocking all the pieces loose with a rubber mallet. I'm trying not to damage the chair here, so I would avoid using a hammer, like a hard hammer. As I'm putting it back together, I'm just gluing all the joints. I'm trying to strap and clamp everything down as quickly as possible because with wood glue, it's a bit of a race against the clock, and I have to clean up the wood glue before the wood glue dries. All right, now it's time to cane these chairs by hand. I picked up this cane and I made these cane pegs just from some leftover dowel. You'll need those. I got a knife here. I'll need like a little poker and some snips as well. I've come across so many cane chairs on the sidewalk where they just have busted cane. I'm just like, that is impossible to replace. And it's really not. This traditional method is harder, but if you have the pre-woven cane, then that's so much easier. I'm just gonna soak these in water for a couple minutes and then get started. I have no idea where to start. I've never caned a chair in my life before. So I found this amazing video online. It's a 7-step process of how to cane a chair from beginning to end. And I'll link the video down below in the description. I picked up a 270-foot roll of 3mm caning, and this is like a medium size cane. So just a tip for you guys at home, if you do decide to cane a chair, it comes in different sizes. So there's like fine, medium, large, large. In order to figure out what size of cane to get for your chair, you have to figure out the spacing between the holes in the chair. So if the holes are 5/8 apart, 3/4, 1/2 inch, then you have to get a different size of cane for that chair. Okay, so I've actually got some pretty good progress here, but I just have some initial thoughts that I thought I'd share with you. So you can get these like caning pegs, but these, I just made these myself out of some small dowels. I got like 15 of these so far, and I'm probably gonna need more. So I would recommend do not buy caning pegs. I saw online 4 caning pegs for like 40 bucks, and it's like, you don't need to buy them, just make them. My second one is let them soak for a little bit longer than you think you need to, because they do dry pretty quickly and they get brittle when they dry. So just try to soak them. In the video it recommended soak 5 pieces at a time, and I think that's pretty accurate. Anything more than that, they'll probably be soaking in there for a little bit too long. I'm just kind of using my pegs to hold the pieces nice and tight as I go, looping it down. I'm making sure that the shiny side out of the cane is facing upwards. Oh yeah, see, this is a short piece already. Now I gotta get some more frickin' dowels. Anyways, it's pretty fun. I'm just gonna keep chipping away, hopefully get this one chair done before I go home for the day. But yeah, it's pretty good, pretty satisfying. Okay, so I am on the 5th hour of weaving this chair. I'm guessing that I'm probably 50 to 60% done right now. It is just incredibly time consuming. It's not hard. I'm like listening to music, I'm zoning out. A tip that I have for you guys if you do take this on at home is I just have a cloth sitting in some water, and I'm keeping this damp the entire process. Every time I start a new row, I'll re-wet it, and it just makes it a lot more malleable, a lot like more flexible. If it's dry, it tends to crack and it breaks. Another like thought I had in the 5 hours I've been doing this is just like how completely humbled I am by this process, and like how incredible like old craftsmanship truly was. You know, people not only like had the time to do this, but like the knowledge and the capability of doing it. Because like the only tools I'm using are my hands. Like I'm just using this cane strand in my hands with some plugs. It makes you really appreciate old pieces of furniture like this and how important it is to restore them and to keep them around, because if you put them on the curb and it ends up in the dump, it's just like one more piece that ceases to exist. And how important it is that we keep furniture like this around, so we're reminded how much craftsmanship and attention to detail goes into making furniture. Anyways, just thought I'd share my thoughts there. I don't want to dissuade people from trying this out at home, because I think it's a very cool project that doesn't require any tools. You can do it at home. Has an incredible payoff in the end. Like, this is starting to look absolutely incredible. Honestly, it feels like I'm creating a work of art right now. It's like coming together in front of my eyes, which is really cool to see. Hey guys, it is 2:47 p.m. on Thursday. and I finally got one chair done. But it looks so awesome. Like, I am so incredibly happy with this. It's so tight that it sounds like you're strumming a guitar. But yeah, that was quite the process. I'm just gonna ballpark and say it took me 15 hours straight just to do this one chair. If you are taking on a project like this at home, it does take a long time, and patience is so important. I think I can do the second chair in a day, but I'm probably gonna have to do it another day. I'm gonna recane this chair probably tomorrow, but I'm gonna finish up the rest of the table and chair set. So I'm gonna upholster some seats for the other chairs and remove scratches. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So for the other chairs, they're already in pretty good condition. They just have to remove some scratches and stuff, but I thought to jazz them up a little bit, we'd make some custom seat cushions for them. They already had these fugly cushions already, so I thought it'd just be fun just to copy the shape and make some new seats out of the pre-existing cushion. I have this old fabric that I used for the headboard DIY, so I thought may as well make the most of it because it's just gonna be sitting here anyway. So I'm gonna use the scrap fabric to make a couple seat cushions. I'm just laying the cushion down the fabric and just tracing out the different shapes using a pencil. I'm using my sewing machine to sew the cushions together. I'm just leaving like a little opening so that I can stuff the old cushion inside. I'm just using a needle and thread to close up that opening. Okay, the cushions look pretty good. So just to finish off the chairs, I'm just using some dish soap and a scrubber. I'm just kind of removing all of the years of kitchen grime or dining room grime that may have accumulated over the years. So I'm just using like a normal dish brush just to get into all the nooks and crannies with the dish soap and water. I'm just gonna put them aside to dry before we apply any sort of finishing oil. So I went over to the hardware store and I was looking for like an oil finish for the table and chairs, and I came across this product called antique oil. So I'm applying the antique oil to the table, the 2 caboose chairs, and the 2 cane chairs as well, and it's just doing absolute magic work here. All the scratches, all of the wear and tear on the table and chairs is kind of like disappearing before my very eyes. It's just years of mopping and sweeping and hitting like your shoes against the table legs. It's just kind of like just rehydrating those areas, bringing the color back. This is just a really nice product just for rejuvenating furniture that looks a little worn out and old. So that is 2 out of 3 projects down. The dining chairs and dining table look absolutely great. The cane for the second chair is actually coming this weekend, so I'm gonna be tackling that maybe on Sunday or Monday. Now it's time for the biggest project out of all of them. This is the L-shaped church pew dining nook bench. Guys, this is awesome. The wood itself is in terrible condition. Years of butts sitting on here. I think the best angle of attack here is going to be painting it. And I know like some of you might be like freaking out. No, it's wood, don't paint wood. I could take it apart, I could sand it down, we could refinish it, but the reason why I'm gonna paint it is also just because like it was in Judy's basement and it's like water damaged. There's really no bringing this piece back to life. Like the plywood has separated, so like obviously there was a flood in their basement at some point. Look at this, it's just kind of brutal. So in order to replace that, I'd have to put wood on there, but then I'd have to make sure the wood is the same type of wood, so that's color matched when you stain it. And we're looking just for like a nice easy flip. Here's the kicker. We're gonna cut this pew in half, but I'm gonna miter it like so. And then we're gonna make an L-shaped dining nook bench. So the first thing I gotta do is cut this bench in half. So I'm using my speed square and a permanent marker, just marking some 45-degree angles on the bench so it's ready to cut. Using this old saw I found on the sidewalk, I'm just cutting the bench in half, trying to follow the line as carefully as possible while keeping the saw kind of perfectly plumb to the ground. Whew. How can I do this? Yeah, this is taking a lot of strength. I highly recommend using a saw that wasn't found out in the rain and rusted. Honestly, this is the toughest part of the whole flip. So if you have a sharp handsaw, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier to do this. Holy hell. Oh my God. Okay, let's see how our miters turned out. Okay, like honestly not bad. I'm simply just copy and pasting the pre-existing leg onto some plywood that I already had, tracing it out with a pencil and cutting it out with a track saw and a jigsaw. I don't know. After the cutout, I'm just gluing them together with some brad nails, some wood glue, and a whole bunch of clamps. Once the wood glue is dry, I'm just applying some new 3/16 inch trim to each one of the legs because I noticed that they were a little bit water damaged. I don't know if there was like a flood in the basement at one point or not, but it's not rotted. I'm not really worried about mold. I think just the wood is just so old. So to freshen it up, I'm just applying some new trim to the bottom. I'm just gluing it in place with a brad nailer and some wood glue and covering all the holes with some wood filler. Before I sand everything down, I actually just want to show you some of the wear and tear that's been on this church pew over the years. It's actually hilarious. There's some graffiti. There's a surprisingly large amount of just scratches, dents. A lot of butts have sat on it. I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool that like this pew has just had so much use. There's so much history to it. Yeah, I mean like every little piece of gum, every little name that's scratched into it is like a story in itself. I think it's very cool. I mean, I'm gonna paint over it, but it'll still exist underneath the paint. All right, guys, we got this pew in a really good spot. We got all the legs sanded. I put the leg on the church pew and it looks great. I just had to chisel out like a little notch. Now I think it's time to cut out the arm rest. I need to shape the church pew a little bit more to make it look less like a church pew. Like this is a good height already, kind of, but I don't really like the boxy shape. It's a little too conservative in my opinion. So I'm just gonna notch out like a bit of an L shape on either end and just make it look a little bit more like a dining bench. Just gonna use this scrap piece of wood here. I'm just following the same angle as the backside and I'm just going to cut that out. So forgive me for sinning here, but I am removing the cross from the legs because I'm gonna be reshaping the sides anyways and the cross is gonna be in the way. So I had intended to keep the trim that I removed from the side pieces, but it's not in that great condition. It's splitting, it's just super old. So I'm just making some new trim, following the same profile. My tip for you guys here is that if you are cutting like angles that aren't like a perfect 90 or 45, you can get like a little angle finder for like 10 bucks. And all you gotta do is just split that angle in half and that gives you your miter cut. Pretty good. Now that I got all the angles figured out, I'm gluing everything in place and clamping it all together, filling in any holes or cracks in the miters using some wood filler. Nice. All right, the miter is looking fantastic. I think I'm just gonna wood fill and one last sand and then we're good to paint. So I'm gonna get on that and then I'm gonna take lunch and then come back and paint. Now that the legs are done, I'm just priming everything with some shock primer. So the primer just needs to dry for a couple more minutes. It's still too wet to go in with the paint. But in the meantime, I think I'm gonna start staging the furniture and post it online. I think first up will be taking a photo of this light. It's time to post on Facebook Marketplace. Tall floor lamp with cane webbing, price $100. Category, furniture. Nice, okay. All right, got the lamp on Facebook. It's really exciting. I think $100 is pretty reasonable. So yeah, just gonna wait and see and now I can go back to painting. Can't believe we actually made it to this point. It's been quite the process. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Tell me that isn't a nice color. I'm going in with 3 coats of Deep River by Benjamin Moore. So I had this paint left over from Alicia's sewing table DIY project that I had. I just thought it would be the perfect color for this dining nook. Okay, got first coat on. Looks great. Probably another 2 more, but that's okay, because in the meantime, I can post the table and chairs now. I actually didn't show you yet. Chair 1, chair 2. I banged out the second chair on Monday. As soon as I got to work, I had the cane in my hand, and I caned for 10 hours straight, and I got the chair done in 1 day. So total time caning the chairs was 25 hours over the course of 4 days. So we're gonna put these online. I don't know how much I'm gonna ask for yet because we're selling them as a set. I feel like by selling them as a set with the other 2 chairs and the table, it kind of like decreases their value just because they're kind of like lost in the sauce, you know? I think the key to selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace is to like get rid of like all the noise in the background. So I just took everything and put it against a blank white wall. And you wanna be like pretty diligent with different angles, and you wanna be honest as well. So like you're not really hiding anything when people come to pick it up. Okay, it's time to post another item. This is our church pew. This is gonna be our money maker. I wanted to post 1,000. I just don't know if I can get 1,000 for it. And I think 500's too low. So I'm gonna post it for 600. But like always, I'm going to ask for best offer. Now we have the coffee table, the dining table and chairs, and the lamp posted. Ooh, I do have a cutting board I made. I made this cutting board from the offcut of the C-shaped table that I made for Victoria. I was just gonna like keep it for myself, but I haven't used it. End grain cutting boards can go for quite a bit of money. It's like pretty pro too. It's got like rubber feet on there. It's got little grooves for handles to pick it up. Let's post this for $100. Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, so now it's the moment you guys have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal how much I sold everything for on Marketplace. So for the lamp, we sold it for $100, which is amazing. And we only spent $10 buying the coat tree from Marketplace to begin with. All the other materials were left over in the workshop, so we made a profit of $90. For the dining table and chairs, someone just wanted to buy the table, and I was like, you know what? Go for it. So we sold the table for $100. I thought that was a great deal because I really didn't do all that much to it. It was already pretty beautiful to begin with. For the cane chairs, I sold them for $175, but I spent about $54 on the cane to recane the chairs. So that gives us a profit of $121. I'm so proud of the work that I did for these chairs, and it was such a fun project. Hopefully I showed you guys just how approachable it is to do at home. My tip for you guys, if you are flipping some cane webbing chairs at home, make sure that they're the ones that use the pre-woven cane webbing, because you can do that project in and out in like 20 minutes and flip them, and costs are probably about the same. It just doesn't take 30 hours to do. Next up is the church pew. So I had it posted for $600 on Marketplace, and we sold it for $400. So I literally pulled the $600 out of thin air. I just said, I think it's worth this, but really to someone else it's worth $400, which is totally fine. So I only spent about $11 on materials for this, and all that was the anti-slip feet that go under the legs. Everything else I had left over in the workshop: primer, the paint, the trim, the plywood. So in total, we made a profit of $389. And finally, we have the cutting board, which we sold for $100. The only materials I had to buy for this were the anti-slip feet that kind of raise it up off the counter, which were $5. So we made a profit of $95 on that flip. Okay, so drum roll, Toby. So in total, we made $795 on these 3 flips plus the cutting board. I'm just so happy with how everything turned out. I did ask for a photo from each person, and one person sent me a photo, and it's just really nice. It's nice to see the items in the space. The cane webbing chairs, as you can see here, just look fantastic, and the new owners were so excited to get their hands on them. Unfortunately, we didn't sell the coffee table or the caboose chairs with the new upholstered seats, and I'm not too disappointed in that. They're still listed on Facebook Marketplace, and I guarantee they're gonna sell at some point in time. With that $795, we're gonna donate that to the Daily Bread Food Bank, which is a local charity working to eliminate food insecurity here in Toronto. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me on this DIY adventure. I had so much fun with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you guys wanna see more content like this, let me know in the comments down below, because personally, I would love to do some more Facebook Marketplace flips. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.